I want to begin by saying, what is colorblind ideology or colorblind theology? I think I often hear people say to me, because I attend a Korean church or Korean American church that worships in English. I've had white brothers and sisters say to me, for example, Alex, why do you go to a Korean church? We should all be the same. And my natural response is, that's wonderful. When are you going to come to my church? And what's revealed in their response and their surprise in that is they mean, why can't we all be the same? Why can't you be like me rather than me be like you? So this idea of a white normativity, an American normativity, some assumptions that we make, I don't believe there's a thing called color blindness or colorblind theology. I would say we have to be color conscious. Now, the reality is, people did not create diversity. People did not create diversity. God did. God created diversity when he made animals of different shapes and sizes and species, when he made birds of the air of different species, when he made woman and he made man. So diversity is something that God has created. But I think the challenge is, especially if you're in a minority ethnicity in the United States, and by extension, Christians in the United States, a lot of minority Christians will assume that to be colorblind or to have a colorblind theology means assimilation. That means I need to divorce myself from my ethnicity, my heritage, and my culture. Well, then if you're divorcing yourself from that, there is no acultural approach. There is no anti-ethnicity, right? It would be the dominant group. So we would default to the dominant majority, or we default to the dominant majority ethnicity, which would be a white Christian American ideology and theology. And that's a real challenge for us, because I think for years, for a lot of Korean Americans, and I can speak for myself, you struggled with self-hate, right? Anything that I associated with my Korean heritage, the language, the culture, the food, the smells, I wanted to divorce myself from. And the reality, of course, is God made me this way. And if I'm quite honest, there was a time in my life where I felt very angry for being made Korean. I had no choice in the matter. The way I looked, my hair, my eyes, all of these things. And I was angry at my parents. It wasn't their fault. I was angry at God. It took me years to come to this realization that God blessed me. He made me in his image. Imago Dei. I think it's important for us to recognize that sometimes we go to an extreme, that being race conscious or racially aware somehow then supersedes our biblical understanding. And I'm saying we need to recognize that ethnicity and our race and our social positions do matter. It's not everything, but it's not nothing.